Andy, I wanted to talk a little bit about the evolution of the Skate IDSA and
Okay.
how you guys are using that right now during this time of COVID with your social distance skateboarding events. Because I think
Right.
it's, as everyone's looking for stuff to do and we're missing everyone, you guys, in my opinion, for the skateboarding community, have really stepped up, and you have people competing around the world right now, which is pretty awesome. So tell us a little bit about the Skate IDSA and how
Right.
you and Jonah brought that together and kind of what we're at.
Yeah. So, so a little quick backdrop. The skateboard racing, in the sense that we do it, in kind of manifested itself as what they would call like outlaw races. They first started off popping up in cities like New York and some major cities, and they would just have these kind of mob flashing, like, free for all, running all the lights, like who's the first one that can make it down the block type thing. And so the IDSA, which stands for the International Distance Skateboard Association, was the governing body that we decided, like, hey, there's people with a lot of passion for doing this skateboard racing, but let's try to do it in a safe manner, sanctioned. Let's give people a place that they can actually race, that's free from cars, that they're not going to get themselves hurt. And so that was kind of 10 years ago. It was Jonathan Strauss's. It was his idea to start that, and he was one of the guys originally doing the Adrenalinas. But he kind of saw that for this sport to be sustained, it needs a governing body, and that was when the IDSA was created. And since then, it's been hosting. Not, I would say it sanctions races. Somebody will put on an event, and if they see it a proper deemed event, they'll sanction it, they'll promote it, and they'll kind of put it into a tour that's happened first in the United States, where they would combine 4 or 5 races for a full tour, and then started catching on in Europe. In Europe, we started doing the same, and we have a board members over there, and they put the race together, and now we even expanded into Asia, because they're starting to race over there, and we have a presence there with the board. So it's been really cool that it's spread like that and done it. But of course, we hit now 2020, and we got the pandemic coming, and then we started seeing one race after another starting to get canceled. And and it was kind of that fun time of, like, knowing you were going to go to an event, see friends that you like, see people that were very like-minded, that loved to race or ride skateboards, and we started kind of started feeling kind of like, oh man, this is really going to suck, that everybody's going to miss out on potentially the full season of racing. And we had a member of ours just kind of suggest, Miles, he was just like, hey, why don't you guys host like a virtual race tour? And so I kind of toiled over the thought, and I was kind of like, I was like, we could kind of put that together. And so next thing you know, it's kind of turned into this really kind of exciting thing, because now there's people that are all over the world that could have never made it to an event, that are skating. So we'll basically issue, like, April, we issued a 10K race, and we said, everybody go out use your own GPS device and skate, 10 kilometers, 6.2, and then submit your times, and we'll make a worldwide, tour race of everybody from all over the world submitting their times. And so it just kind of hit off really good. We had, over 100 people the first time on the 10K. Now everybody's in. May is the May I See How Fast You Are. So we issued the fastest 1 kilometer and the fastest 1 mile. So we want to see what the top out speed is for skateboarders, in a sprint environment. So that's this month. And the next month we got a new challenge. It will probably be a longer distance. And, so we're just coming up with ideas, and it's been really neat. It's been received really well. And tons of people are joining it, and it's kind of fun because it brought a sense of camaraderie to our sport and to our community, especially to people in far reaches. I mean, we had people from Australia, New Zealand. We had somebody from UAE put in a time. South America. We were just like getting all these race results from all over the world, where I was like, I didn't even know maybe they even knew what the sport was in that corner of the earth. So
Wow, that's cool.
So it's been cool really neat.
It's cool on Facebook to see, because I was watching, like, people would submit their times to you through the proper channel, but then they were posted on Facebook, like, oh, I just submitted. And I noticed there was a lot of people that would say like, I've never been able to make it to an event. This is really cool.
Yes.
Like, thank you. So they're like, you could really see just, it's a
Yes.
little, you know, it's just something. I mean, you're getting out and doing something on a skateboard, but you have that connection to people all around the world during this
Right.
time.
No, and it gives them, gives them something to, to kind of, try out there. Let me see how I stack up against everybody else in the rest of the world, type thing. So now everybody's kind of, they're excited about it. Let's go out and skate. Let's knock out this 10-mile, or 10K, or let's do this 1 kilometer. Let's see how good I do, So it's been really, really cool. I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoy the submissions because I put stipulations to it. Like, the course has to be an out and back. So submit your map of how you did your out and back, submit your times, and I'm combing through, all these hundreds of posts, checking people and be like, this one wasn't right. Or you didn't hit 10K, especially for the Americans. Americans kept doing 6 miles and sending it to me. I'm like, it's 6.2 guys. It's 6.2. Go back out there and do another one, and they're like, oh man. So I've really enjoyed it. I'm having a blast. It's a bit of work, but I'm down for it, and I enjoy doing it. So I think moving forward, I think this is something we'll keep doing in future years, and just have maybe quarterly races like this, because we've seen the reaction from the community has really got in on it. So
thank you for joining us in the Barracks. To learn more about our hosts, guests, and how to support Vets Mobile Dental Unit, visit www.inthebarracks.org.